Hello YouTube. Oh, it's Wednesday here. After enduring that Saturday with that snow here, I'm going to get some stuff ready here for Saturday. So I actually gave the bus motor a little bath here. It's cleaning up a little bit each time, so that's going to be a long process, but trying to get some of the grime and stuff off the old bus motor here. And I'll show you the sawdust bin, the way it turned out here. Didn't get a chance to show you on Saturday. It was a long day, and this is how it turned out. So we're going to build a roof structure over top of this, and I'm getting some logs ready to go on the mill as we speak. So once we get some stuff scanned here, I'll show you what's going on the other end of the mill. We'll take a little tour of the sea container here. This is our new kiln, and again, it's a 40-foot box, and we'll take a walk around the front here. But yeah, it's a beautiful day here. We got up at about 65 today, and tomorrow they're saying we're going to get in the 70s. So every day it gets warmer and warmer here. And here we go inside the kiln here. 40-foot container, and we're going to insulate this thing. So what we're going to do is put some 2x4 sleepers on the wall, and then put our styrofoam, and then we're going to put oriented strand board on top of that and paint it. And then down the whole center here, we're going to put not aluminum, but steel angle iron, and make kiln carts so we can wheel the lumber in. Then up top here, we're going to put a fan baffle. So we got to get with the company that produces the kiln and get all this stuff worked out on what we need to do here. So, but yeah, the floor, it looks like it's that Apatung hardwood, and it's in really good shape. So we didn't do too bad here. You're looking at about, say, $2,500 delivered. So that wasn't all that much money. And over at the front of the mill here, I got some pine logs sitting out here, and I've been scanning them with the metal detector, and we're going to cut, like I said, all the roof structure for the sawdust bin here. So if anything we get done during the week, when we start sawing on Saturday, is just a big help here. So everything is really coming together here. Every once in a while I like to do just a little walk around tour and a little bit behind the scenes, like I'll be sharpening the blade here tonight, and so that way we get up here on Saturday with the Eddie Horvath. We are ready to rock and roll here. So we'll get some stuff going here, and I'll talk to you here in a minute. All right, it's been a couple hours now, and got a decent little deck of logs on here. Nothing special, but this will make our sawdust bin, and we're using up all the just really undesirable logs here that they need sawed up anyway. But this one here is about 16 foot long. That's going to make the trusses for their little roof over that sawdust bin, and that ought to work out really well. Made some adjustments to the sawdust chute. Just a little bit of maintenance on the actual mill itself. But yeah, this is what happens every week. There's always some maintenance to perform on the mill. I didn't get to the blade yet, and I might even come up tomorrow and shoot some saw sharpening videos. But this is what it looks like from the back side of the mill where the carriage sits. And we'll go over to the sawdust bin one more time. I was tweaking the chute out here. I'm trying to get it to deliver the sawdust right to the center, and I got it pretty much pointed there, made a little deflector. Some people have commented, are you going to put a window through the wall to see the sawdust blow? And the answer is no, because this pipe will go right inside the actual building. And then once it's inside of the building, we'll have a deflector that the sawdust will actually hit and drop straight down. So this will act like a cyclone, and it will sort out the air from the sawdust. But making some absolutely good progress, getting some more fill in here. We're going to get this whole area leveled up all the way around here, and actually found where the corner is going to be for the building. And right here, I will be standing at the corner of the building, so you can see how far 24 foot goes. So we got 3 projects going at once now, and That's just what it is when you own a sawmill. You have, if you're not sawing, you're fixing. If you're not fixing, you're building. And we hope someday just to be coming up here just to cut lumber and not have to do too much. But alrighty, we're gonna call it quits for today, and tomorrow evening I'm gonna try to get a quick edge on the saw blade, and we'll be ready to roll for Saturday morning when we saw this stuff up. So just a little progress report here for you, and things are really shaping up here. So we'll be with you here in a little bit. Okay, YouTube, I cannot stress enough on how important it is to keep your saw absolutely sharp. Don't let it get to the point where you think it's dull, because at that point you're already causing heat and stress on a saw you don't need. So always start off, put the old X on the saw, and we'll get this thing set here. And it don't take much. If you keep your saw sharp, once you get it set up for the first one, it's pretty simple. And all you're going to do, again, I showed this a few times, but just a quick grinding, come up to the next tooth, clamp it down, and what you want to do is look at the bottom of the tooth and make sure that thing is shiny and it's straight across. Do not sharpen on an angle, because you will cause your saw to want to pull to that side. This saw is set up like a rip saw. There's no set, there's no left and right. It's like a big dovetail. And the more accurate you keep this thing, the better results you'll have. And a lot of times when you look at troubleshooting a saw, the first thing they're going to ask you, are your teeth sharp? Again, I'm not going to bore you with this, but the basics are, same thing if you're using this grinder or a hand file. You want to come straight across the tooth, and you want to be consistent. So we're going to go ahead and keep going around the saw here till we're done. And if you have a circular saw and you're having any bits of trouble with it, chances are dull teeth will point to the problem right away. So I don't think there's such thing as having a too sharp of a saw. I've never heard anybody complain saying, boy, my saw is just too sharp. So we'll go ahead and get this sharpened, and then we're going to adjust the guides here. We'll have to fire up the bus motor, and this thing has to be running at full RPM to do that. So we'll finish this up, and we'll be with you here in a minute. Okay, the saw is absolutely sharp now, and you should be able to tell by just run your thumb across it or your finger, and you should feel that thing really snagging you. And it should be sharp as a razor at all times. If you can see between that guide, if you can see the light between, you don't want much more than that as a gap, okay? The proper way to do this, and I'm not going to do this at the moment, the saw is actually sawing very fine the way it is. Periodically, you should check your saw guide. And I'm really fortunate to have this toolless one, and it has two knobs on it. This knob here runs the outside guide, and this knob here runs the inside guide. And it's a micro adjustment system, so when you move this thing, you can see it don't take much. Now when you're going to set your guides, what you want to do is you want to back that thing, absolutely, I'm back to where it was. You want to back it away from the saw so it's absolutely giving it a lot of clearance, but don't get it too far. If this saw would have any wobble in it, it'll start eating other parts of your mill. And you want to bring it up to your full speed. In our case, it's 550 RPMs, and that's what we're running. And then, if that saw is sitting dead straight when you're looking at it, when it's spinning, it should look just the way it is right now. And you slowly bring your inner one in until it don't make contact with it, just barely, you know, a little bit of light between there. the thickness of a, just say a playing card. And then you bring your outside one in, and same thing, just a little bit of light between it. And then once that's set and this saw is absolutely running true and not touching nothing, you are absolutely perfect. And if you start getting a lot of chattering at the saw guides, you might have a saw that is needing attention of some hammering, and that's at the point you want to go to your saw smith and have him go ahead and go over the whole thing. So also we have the Arizona flag, and I just got done rearranging the flags here. I don't know how good we can take a look here. I'd like to thank Mr. Joe McKieran, and he just sent us the Arizona flag. And let's go back behind the carriage here. Gotta watch, this is too much stuff to trip over. And I rearranged the flags here. We got to make room. It looks like flags are going to be showing up here. So there it is. There's the Arizona flag. And again, I would like to thank Mr. Joe McKieran from Arizona. And we're almost all set to go here for Saturday. So the deck is full. And we'll wait till our faithful crew shows up here on Saturday morning. And our weather has really changed here. It's got really beautiful here. So, alrighty, everybody. I will see you Saturday morning with the Eddie Horvath. And thanks for supporting our channel. Please subscribe and please like us. Thank you so much, and I will see you Saturday morning. Bye-bye.